I need you for your social media to not.
This is some of the best game.
And any guy can do this.
What are like 3 things a man can do to improve not only his life, but his sexual market value?
Yeah. Number one is the network, like we talked about before. So networks give you access. So it's one of these things that you know, being on the other end of it. I know that in every city, there's parties with beautiful women that you as a man are not invited to because you have a penis and they don't need you there. They don't want you there. They seriously don't want you there. And at those parties, it's like 4 girls for every guy. There's these places that are awesome that are going on that you're not invited to because your network doesn't trust you and people don't see any value in you. So one of the first things I tell guys, it's really cruel. A lot of people don't like hearing this, but your value to society, not your family, but your value to society is based on your utility. The more problems you solve, and you'll notice like when I go out with you, or if I go out with Wes, or if I go out with Justin Waller, or if I go out with some of you guys, our conversations, we're always solving problems.
Yeah.
What do I do with my sales team? How do I run these ads? We're always solving problems for one another. And we build value in one another's eyes because of that. That's how we became wealthy, is because we solve problems. So the first thing I'm going to say is have an incredible network. And that network with those guys that you meet that are you consider to be high status, or if you want to be a mentor for, figure out how to solve problems for them. And sometimes problems they didn't even know they had. Don't ask them what problems they need solved either. That's the hard part, because now you're creating another problem for them. If all you did was solve problems for other people and ask for nothing in return, you'd be shot. Dan Fleischman is probably the best example of this. You'd have just infinite access to anything you wanted. Right? Second thing I'll say is you need to figure out a way to at least show perceived status on social media. I need you for your social media to not disqualify you.
Okay. You don't have to be fucking Tate or fucking a Brazilian.
So what we have is there's pre-selection photos, which are the ones with the girls. You don't have to post those. Some of my clients do. Then there's candid photos of you just doing cool stuff with your friends. And the trick is having a buddy, and he takes candid photos of you, and you take candid photos of him. And we teach you how to do this step by step in the course. And then the third part are...
Wait, I don't want to skip over that, because that's like marketing, right? Marketing your image, you know? And I hate when people say, I don't do social media. No, it's like, it would be like in the 80s not having a business card, or like, you know?
If you're a billionaire, if you want an Academy Award, you want an NBA championship, you don't need social media. For the rest of you, if you're a man, the idea that you're going to go out and date attractive women, if you are sitting there with the Huracan and you make $1 million a month and you live in Miami, you're right. You probably can, by word of mouth, just bang super hot chicks that you meet on Seeking Arrangement. I am not telling you that you can't. I'm talking about for the other 99% of men. The average guy in the United States is 5'9", and women say that's not what they prefer. And the average guy in the United States makes $59,000 a year, and women really don't prefer that. You know, the average guy in the United States is overweight, and women really don't prefer that either. And so when you see those things, you're like, how does that guy get the access to a girl who's out of his league? Go back to the study I said before. Putting them in the friend zone, having them see your attractive qualities for a number of months. She doesn't friend zone you. You're not her gay friend. You're not, you still have boundaries. My homegirls will tell me stories and I'll be like, that was pretty fucking stupid. You should have broken up with that guy. I talk to them like they're a dude, but we're friends. And I do that. And like you said, 9 months, there's no correlation. You can be ugly and date a super hot girl. The data is clear on this. You guys don't know. Some of you guys that are out there, 99% of you watching this, your social media is garbage if you're a man. And if you had one awesome photo of you with some girls on a red carpet smiling, having a great time, where they're happy to see you, that photo's worth 20 grand to you. You don't realize it is, but it's worth 20, more than that, 30 grand to you. Because you don't realize having one photo where girls are like, oh, other girls like being around this guy. Oh, okay, I am going to open his messages when I talk to him. Oh, okay, I'm not going to put him in the request folder. The thing about social media, it's not everything, but it's so little effort for such a massive return. You have to do it.
I know this girl, man, I was cool with her. Like I hired some of her, she trained salespeople, this chick, Shelby, right? She trained salespeople. We hired some of her girls to do some stuff. And she had posted on Instagram, my perfect guy doesn't even have social media. She posted this, right? And then she just got a boyfriend. This dude got 2 million followers.
Of course, it's always like that. It's like she's saying, but guys, like, please, rule number one in Men of Action is stop listening to the words and just pay attention to people's actions. Women on social media complaining about they don't want to date men who are on social media. Where are they complaining? On social media. Stop listening to the words.
Even like, that's why, like when I'll be out Fresh and Fit and girls say, I want this guy, and Myron tries to get them to lower their standards. Like, Myron, she means that, but she's not lying, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I know girls who said, I don't usually date black guys, but they were with me. Long time ago, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like, long time ago.
The third thing is what we said before, putting hundreds of women in the friend zone. It's so weird. It's like you just flow through these social interactions. When you have two beautiful women with you, you just flow through these interactions. You get invited to everyone. Everyone wants to know your name. Everyone tries to get your IG. Everyone gets your phone number. Just, if you don't believe me, try it. Just try it one time. For me, when I was managing a strip club, I remember there was one day where one of the girls comes to me and goes, hey, we're all going to celebrate so-and-so's birthday. We're going to go to 6th Street in Austin and we're going to celebrate so-and-so's birthday. So I go there and it's me and it's 20 girls and I'm the only guy there. And my thought is, oh, damn, other girls are going to see me and think one of these girls is my girlfriend and not like me. Or, oh my God, do I have to buy alcohol for all these girls? Again, guys, I'm 21. I don't know any better. Of course, what happens? They don't even check my ID when I walk in the club. Okay. They don't charge the girls for anything because I'm with 20 hot girls. And women are coming up to me, literally just like almost groping me, like, who is this dude with 20 girls? I didn't understand mate choice copying in humans, but like that, I didn't know that's what it was called back then. I just thought we just called it pre-selection back then.
You know, I met the late Kevin Samuels. I became cool with him. But when I first met him, I remember I was at Mastros, right? And I was at Mastros with like two girls. We were sitting at a table outside, and then I had to go to the front for something. And I saw Kevin. I was like, oh, like Kevin. He didn't know who I was, right? That's fine. And he was kind of like trying to be like just be cool. He didn't want to be bothered. I was like, that's all good. You know what I'm saying? And then I went back, and I was eating with two girls, right? And then Kevin was sitting next to him. He was by himself. Maybe, I don't know if he had, it was pretty early, right? Next thing you know, man, he comes over and starts talking.
It's always like that.
And that's how I became friends with Kevin Samuels.
It's always like that. I can tell you so many of my friends right now who are either extremely successful, wealthy, or whatever. I met them because they saw me with a group of girls. And I introduced them to the girls, and I was just chill about it, whatever. So we were talking about money, before. The issue with money is this: using money to create a funnel to bring beautiful women in your life is the correct way to do it. Using money because as a crutch, because you don't know how to generate attraction, is the wrong way to do it. So creating a funnel, meaning like I have a mansion in Mid Beach and I have parties every week. We have brunch and then we invite a bunch of girls and everyone has to dress in white and we have it and it's catered. And I'm not directly giving the girls the money, but women want to be seen at my house. I am going to be surrounded by women. So using money as a funnel to bring beautiful women into my life, that's okay. Using money as a crutch, buying a girl a bag who I'm going on the first date with, that's insanity. But men are doing this all the time, and I know because women are telling me this. I had a girl come over to my house the other day. She's on what's that app? Sex Panther. It's kind of like OnlyFans or whatever. And they charge by the minute. Sex Panther. They charge by the minute. So she's on there, and like we're watching the Last of Us or some show. She goes, oh, I got to take this call. Goes up, takes the call, comes back. She goes, I just made $3,500. Like the guy just wanted to talk to me for a long time. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Anything that you can think as far as depraved rich men, women are getting this, which is inflating their egos to what they can get, and it's just ruining for everyone else. So my advice is to not play that game. Instead, the game I would get into is pre-selection and social proof. Having women tell other women that you are an attractive man. Again, I have two female friends, like they're like incredible. I call them my sergeants. They know exactly what to say to girls to get them interested in me. And they're both like married or they're in relationships and they're just trying to help me. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen is when you have a woman who can do that, how amazing that is for uplifting your life. And then also building your business. It's just incredible. The guests I get on my show, a lot of times there's because a woman introduced me. I am the host of Swimsuit USA's World Championship because a woman who won the thing recommended me to get that job. I have a bunch of jobs. I work at part-time as a trader. I'm a quant for a small fund. And the reason I got that job was because of a woman named Karen Bruton who taught me how to trade stock options, right? So it's like, it was connections that happened because women would introduce me to other women or would introduce me to men. And so it's just one of the biggest cheat codes. But the problem is you, as a man, if you've been hurt by women, you have to get over that initial, wait, they're subhuman. I don't fuck all these 304s, blah, 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 whatever.
I don't need friends.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. 304s are a great way to fucking network.
That's a fact.
Don't date them. You need to be friends with more hoes. Don't date them. I'm not telling you to date them. I'm not telling you to marry them. Be friends with them. Bro, almost every billionaire I've met, it's been some model who introduced me. It's almost always that way. That's the thing. It's kind of hard for guys to grasp. And then there's a great book. She's a professor of sociology at Boston University. Her name's Ashley Mears. Really great. The woman has a PhD and she was a runway model. And so she went undercover as a bottle rat for 2 years and just basically described the whole models and bottles scene from her perspective as a woman being a PhD PhD in psychology. And one of the things she talked about was in the Hamptons. This is some incredible wealth that you have in the Hamptons, right? The only way guys could get into every party in the Hamptons was, what do you think?
Having girls
with them. Incredible networking opportunities were to be had because you had girls. You couldn't buy your way into these parties. You had to have girls with you. Like, that's the thing I just keep trying to explain to guys, but it's so antithetical to modern matchmaking, pickup advice, just typical dating advice, whatever. Can most guys be friends with most women? No. Most men cannot be friends with my female friends because they're too attractive. If you did a 15-month deployment in Afghanistan, you can't be friends with women. If you were in jail for 10 years and you get out, first woman you see, you can't be friends with them. But if you have some level of sexual abundance, you're sleeping with women on a regular basis. I think that's where the disconnect is. Super easy.
It sounds like you're saying the guys who say don't be friends with girls, the guys who don't really get pussy. Is that what I'm hearing?
But if you get it, like, also, here's the other thing. We're in our 40s. Our standards have probably gone up. What you find is physically attractive for me, dude, when I was in college, 18 or to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, I didn't care. Dude, I was in college. I didn't care. I was just like, wow, sex is incredible. Oh my God. I was in a sexual deficit, right? That's how I was in my 20s. In my 40s, I'm super picky. So because I'm picky, most women are not that attractive to me. Very easy to be friends with women you're not attracted to. In fact, I would recommend, if you find a woman you're not attracted to, that's a great person to put in the friend zone.
But not to try to fuck her. See, I think what guys fuck it up is that when they do that weird shit where they're trying to fuck their friends all the time. So that's
friend zone. Yeah, you get friend zone.
Don't try to fuck your friends like you're fucking weirdo. Like, actually have girlfriends and fuck their friends. Or like other women they help you introduce to.
It's always the same thing. I'll meet a girl, let's say she has a boyfriend, but she's a perfect 10 in my eyes. I'll show her no sexual intent whatsoever. I'll invite her to all my events. I'll meet her friends. She'll have me over for parties. We'll do card night, whatever. We do friend stuff. And she'll have a hot female friend, a roommate, whatever, and I'll end up sleeping with her. I end up sleeping with the other one almost every time. The first one.
Oh, really?
Because she's
had that experience.
Yeah, because she's watching.
I get it.
From her standpoint, it's like there's this guy who other women find attractive. We don't fight. There's no drama. There's nothing. And I just keep watching all these other women want to sleep with him, laugh around him, whatever. This is the part guys don't understand. Attraction isn't a choice. If a woman keeps seeing you in attractive situations, one after another, if she just keeps seeing beautiful women attracted to you, she's going to become attracted to you, and she can't help it. That is it's so hard so first of all, women don't even admit that this is true. What I'm telling you is that if you had a ton of female friends and they were competing for your attention, there's no game. They can't help but become attracted to you. It's evolutionarily programmed, and that's what makes it so difficult. And I'm the only person since 2008 who's been teaching. If you ever talk to like a club promoter or you forget a club promoter, like a male stripper, like some guy who's just a despot, who's been with hundreds of women. If you ask them, you're like, so every girl you get with is a sex worker? She's a slut? And they're like, no. It's like, I get female accountants who've been with one guy their whole life. It's like, wait,
scientists.
But I thought because you're a man who slept with a bunch of women, you only get because of assortative mating and fucking sociosexuality, you only get slutty women. No, women are attracted to attractive men. And men having high body counts does not make them less attractive. I know women will say that. But if you really ask,
when they say it,
they mean it when they say
it. It's just not true.
But it's just not. It's just not. It really doesn't have that big of an effect. Dr. David Buss from UT Austin, he does a 37 culture study, and he asks men about their preferences for virginity or how many sexual partners, and they ask women. And for women in like Scandinavian countries, a man who was a virgin at 25, she thought he was weird. Men who had high body counts in those Scandinavian countries were not seen as the slightest bit odd whatsoever.
I've heard girls say a guy like is like mid 30s or 40s, who's not married or doesn't have any kids. Is weird.
But they'll still sleep with him. That's what's crazy. They'll say
sometimes I've heard girls say, but like, oh, women, nobody wanted to sleep. No one wanted to have kids. No one wanted to marry you. Like they look at him like it's almost negative social proof. If you're like our age,
they use the term Peter Pan syndrome. Peter Pan syndrome, what it means is a man who doesn't want to grow up. If you're a woman and you're dating a rich, a successful man and he doesn't want to settle with you, then all of a sudden he has Peter Pan syndrome.
So it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. It's a pejorative. You're weaponizing words like toxic masculinity. You're weaponizing words to try to fit your narrative.
I didn't even think about that as a coping mechanism.
But just think about it like this, right? It's like, I didn't grow up. It's like, okay, hold on. If we were to get married, the percentage chance of us getting divorced, here it's higher, but in national average, 56% chance of getting divorced.
It's higher in Miami?
It's probably it's higher in Texas. Cities like this is always going to be high. 56% chance of divorce. Got it? 80% of divorces are initiated by women. So you're telling me that me not allowing you to take half my shit is me not growing up? That's my Peter Pan syndrome? Bro, it is crazy to me. It's like, no, for those of you guys who are out there watching this, there's someone in your family, some woman you know, or some beta male cuck fucking female panderer who's telling you that you are less of a man because you're not choosing to wipe up some girl, single mom, whatever. My point is to you, if you wanted to stay single, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not a bad person because you chose to keep your options
Do whatever
open.
you want.
No matter what, I'm here to tell you, it's okay if you want to be single. It's also okay if you want to have kids. It's an incredible thing to have kids, but it's also okay if you want to have
whatever you want to do, you know?
Regardless of what Chris GQ Perry tells you or any of those weirdos who's like, you're not strong enough to date a woman who has a kid. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? You're not better than me. When are men gonna step up? I'm like, what if I don't want to do that? This is for
I don't even have words for that.
This is one for the ladies. If you have any female friends and they say stupid shit like this, he broke up with you because he's intimidated by your success.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's not that I'm intimidated by you. For whatever reason, I don't like pickles. I don't know why. I just don't like pickles.
Yeah.
I'm not intimidated by pickles.
Yeah.
It's a preference for me to not be with them. I'm not intimidated by you having a job. I have a preference for not dating masculine women. Yeah. That's all it is. It's a preference that I have. It doesn't mean that I'm intimidated. But the problem is this. It's obviously it goes back to the weaponization, right? This problem has two issues to it. And that is it's destroying women as well. You're giving women terrible advice. No, you're too masculine and difficult to be in a relationship with, but your friend, instead of allowing you to improve yourself, has lied to you and told you that he left because he's intimidated.
Yeah, you were too much. You were just too much for him.
What are you talking? No, you are too much, but he's not intimidated. Do I really want to be with a woman who works 80 hours a week? I want sex. I'm not going to be with someone who can't make time for me. That has nothing to do with me being intimidated. It's a preference.
Have you seen this? Like like if you got successful female friends who are like making a lot of money, it's difficult for them to find.
I'm having dinner with a friend of mine tomorrow, and she makes over $500,000 a year as a sales job, and she's told me the exact same thing. And it's not her fault, and I love her, and I'm not saying anything she's doing is wrong for her, but the situation is she's so beautiful and she makes so much money that from her standpoint, it's like there's no guy that can really compete. And then when she finds guys that can stand up to what she wants, like they have too many options. According to feminists, what should happen is that if women make more money than men, then this necessity for women to want to date rich men should vanish.
Yeah.
If you are a feminist, you believe that.
Yeah.
So they go to countries where women make more money than men, Norway, Sweden, Finland. They go to those countries and you know what those women want?
What do they want?
Men who make even more money than them. Rihanna was making hundreds of millions a year dating a billionaire. It's like even when they had all their needs met, they still wanted men who made more money than them. Here's the other problem with that statement that I just said. When we talk about gender norms, the gender norms of staying at home with the kids and nurturing all this stuff, these gender norms that are perpetrated by patriarchy. I'm like, wait a second. Who are women rewarding with sex?
Exactly.
Assertive, dominant, ambitious males. You're telling me if I am assertive and I'm dominant, I'm ambitious, that I get more sex? Well, then guess what my children are going to be? They're going to be assertive and they're going to be ambitious and they're going to be dominant males, competitive males.
I want to ask you a question. I agree with everything you're saying, but there's one thing that I've always wondered about, and it's always confused me. But some of the guys who get the most pussy that I've ever met was unemployed Dominican dudes in New York.
Yes.
I don't know if they just got more time but they got no job.
Yes.
This is one dude, I heard a story.
Yes.
Right, where this dude, he was working at like Zara or some shit like that, right? He cheated on his girlfriend and she took him back, right? Like he was broke working at Zara, you know what I'm saying? But then like, how does that work?
Okay, so we remember in the ancestral period, meaning before the agricultural revolution, there's no money. No one has money. The money is just a corollary for competency. So you could have other things besides. If you're a big, strong man, that's a resource that's like money. And to some women, because women find different things attractive, some women only care about money. Some women don't care about money at all. There's some women out there who only care about a man's looks, don't care about anything else. There's some women out there who will only date tall men, even if they're ugly. And there's some women out there who only date incredibly handsome men, even if they're short. The reason why this guy is crushing it is because probably some level of physical attractiveness. But you want to know what the other thing I almost guarantee you?
What's that?
She heard from her friend. friends that he fucks really good. That's what it is. She heard from her friends that this guy's good in bed. This is a way out off topic here, but rule number 6 in MOA is no one needs to know how much money you make or who you're fucking or where you live. It's from 10 Crack Commandments by Biggie Smalls. Yeah. They don't need to know where you stay at, right? Yeah. No one needs to know your business. You don't need to qualify to anyone. You do not need to tell your boys you banged a 10. But if she brags to her friends that she banged you, oh my God. When you've had that happen, so I ended up hooking up with a girl that I've been friends with for more than 9 months, exactly like the survey said, probably the most attractive woman in my mind that I'd ever been with. Okay. We ended up hooking up, and then her roommate was one of my good friends, and I didn't tell her roommate that I slept with her. Yeah. But she told her roommate I slept with her. Do you want to know what happened next?
I know exactly what happened. You got it's like an Amazon review.
And I ended up sleeping with the roommate. And that's obviously what happened next because it didn't even matter that she said that I was good. It's that she's bragging about having sex with me. Do you understand what a paradigm flip that is? What I'm recommending is have a social circle, have her see other women interact with you, and just like offer her value. Be like, hey man, yeah, I'll help you out. There's one girl I'm seeing now. I just helped her with her podcast. So she met me with my girlfriend. I just helped her with her podcast. And then when me and my girlfriend broke up, then I started seeing her because all she saw was attractive qualities in me the whole time. And I never hit on her one single time. That's the trick. And guys don't understand that, but it flips the paradigm. Me having a beautiful girlfriend was testament to her. Okay, there must be some good stuff going on with this guy. And I never bragged about any of it. And then when we had the opportunity, then the whole thing flipped. And so that's really hard for guys to grasp, and any guy can do this. It doesn't matter how short you are, how brown you are, or if you're from a small town, whatever. This is always is capable for everyone. And here's the other thing. Like, I'm almost 50. The women I date, I'm seeing a girl right now is one's 23, one's 24, one's 28. They don't look at me like I'm 50 because I'm in shape. Yeah. The reason why women say they don't want older men sometimes is because older men in this country are fat. Choosing to keep yourself in shape. That's it.
It makes a big deal.
It
does, man.
Can you imagine like a competition for women versus you when you were 22?
Oh yeah.
Today you'd kill that good dude because
I was really handsome when I was young. Like straight up.
Okay,
man. Like I was like I was on billboards.
Yeah, you were a male model, right?
So I'd have some stiff competition, but my resources, right? Like even though I may not be in that category anymore, right? Like but it's like now it's like the other I get what you're saying.
But the 22-year-old me, I would be like I would completely outpace him because what I would do is I'd get the girl to talk about herself. I'd introduce her. I have I have a very strong rule. If I like a girl, I introduce her to a girl I'm sleeping with.
Come on, man. Come on, this motherfucker.
It works. It works. It's
this is some of the best game, like honestly, that I've heard in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I don't need it, of course, right? Yeah. But like this is some of the like the shit you're saying is some of the fucking realest shit that I've never heard people say, and that I agree with wholeheartedly.
Because we just took the data from evolutionary psychology and sociological studies, and then we compared it to men who actually had sex with women, not guys who said they had success with women, not pickup artists who were spinning girls around and picking them up and getting instant makeouts. That's not sex. That's not success with women. So we found guys who actually had success with women, and we compared that to what the sociological data was giving us, and then came out with a framework that is bulletproof.
But where can they find out more about you?
Go to moamentoring.com. Yeah. You can go there and you can see that we can sign up for like a free audit that we do of your social media, and we go through a bunch of stuff like that. I also have a group on School, the Men of Action Forum. If you guys want to join, it's $5 a month. You guys can join it. We have free calls that we do in there.